This is our Massimo T Boss 550 that we purchased from Tractor Supply. Kind of go over some features and some things that we've done to this, just a couple things. Right now I'm currently taking all of our hardware and tools up to our new shop we just built. If you guys are interested in that, we made a new metal building out of a Harbor Freight tent, made it into like a metal little shop for us. This cart here we got from Tractor Supply and bent up a little rack. We can put some garden tools on there, and we're thinking about closing these sidewalls in, making a little gate so we can put some, tree clippings and some garden equipment while we're working on the property. I believe this is either capable of like 1,200 or 1,500 pounds, but we won't ever put that much in that little cart. But we did flip this bar around. It normally comes with a handle, but I welded up this little adapter, little pin system, and we got a 2-inch ball on there, which is nice, is that this thing can tow, I think, up to 1,200 pounds, the cart. But and the bed, I believe you can put about 400 pounds in the bed. It's nice. It's got LED lights. It's got backup cameras, front and rear. There's the gas fill. One thing coming home, we got it up in Flagstaff at the Tractor Supply up there. Pretty much no one had new ones around us in stock. But this right here actually came apart and broke. I don't know if it was coming home on the highway. It just kind of chipped and came apart, but I'm not sure if you can see that. But we had to make a basically on the back side here, we had to do a little repair with some JB weld. Actually, we used epoxy, 2-part black epoxy, and we put some drywall fiberglass mesh tape, and we kind of glued this back side because it completely just shattered. So we repaired it pretty good. You can't even notice it now. But I did see one of these down in Phoenix, and this camo, actually, if it sits out in the sun too long, this fades, and it was actually a blue color. So we try to keep this in the garage or in the new shop or under our carport. We've had it for probably 3 or 4 months. And a couple issues that we've noticed. One, the backup, when you put it in reverse, it puts a alarm on that we actually bypass the alarm so it doesn't beep, which is like really annoying. You have to take this hood off, and then I'll see if I can get a video of it where we disconnected the little dongle to take the alarm off, so now it doesn't beep, which is nice. And then we just clip these because you have to have these seat belts in to start the machine and put your foot on the brake, but we just leave them clipped in, the seat belts. But when you're driving this thing, it kind of overheats. If you drive it for like 20-30 minutes, it gets really hot in here. So we normally keep this window open to get airflow through here, but if this thing's closed, it kind of builds up some exhaust into here, and it just, you feel the motor heat, because the exhaust tips right here and it kicks it down. For some reason, it sometimes blows back up into the cab. So we're gonna put, we've seen online what some people do. They end up cutting in a fan right here, and then wiring. There's like a 12-volt switch area we can add right there. We already got the switch, so we're gonna come off the battery. We're gonna cut in a fan right here to bring some airflow under the cab. hopefully push some of this, move some more air back here so maybe it doesn't overheat as much, but we'll have to do an update video when we get to that. We just have all the parts, we just haven't done it yet. But it does say in the manual to charge or to change the oil every 500 miles. There's like a break-in oil time period to do that with this too, which we haven't put that many miles on it yet, but you can see the oil filters right here. I got these replacements. I got 2 of them for like 20 bucks on Amazon. So that's a good deal. And then the oil fill, it's kind of a hard place to get to. I'll show you real quick. This just pops off here, but you can see, let's see, I'm not sure if you can see that right there. But it's down here, so might be a little pain when we change the oil. We'll have to make some type of adapter to get down there with a hose. And then there's your air filter, gas tank, and then this is kind of cool too. It's got a little, on the 3rd seat here, this comes down, you got a little drink holder. It's kind of cool. And I'll go over some of those features in a sec. There's that front camera on it. You got the winch there. But here's a little box we put our tools in, which is cool. Comes with that. But right there, we're thinking of putting this fan in that we got. We're thinking about putting it in here. I think it's either a 6 or 8 inch fan. So hopefully we can have it just push air back and see if that works out. Because I kind of actually got stuck. It wouldn't turn on. We had to wait until the computer read like nothing. Basically, we had to sit for like 30 minutes to let the engine cool down. It got up to over past 180. That's what it showed on the temp on the computer there. But we had to completely let it cool down before it would kick over again. We were thinking it was a battery issue. We did buy a battery tender, but that battery is actually fully charged, so it wasn't that issue. But it does have your 2 and 4 wheel locker differential, high and low beams. Then you have an in and out right there for your winch, which is cool. And you always have to make sure your brake's off, your parking brake. I saw a video guy was saying that a lot of people leave that on and drive, so you got to be careful about that. It's pretty stiff, but it comes up on here if it's on or not. So, and it does have blinkers as well right there. But I usually leave it in low gear if I'm just putting around the property. It says if you're going under 7 miles an hour to leave it in low. But this unit does come with a I guess a GPS system you have to pay for, and you put a SIM card in here, so don't really use that. This is nice. It comes with a cigarette socket here and a 12-volt USB. There's your cigarette socket, and then you're charging for your USB, and you can add whatever you want there. So that's really cool. We've looked at a lot of different types of side-by-sides, and this thing has a lot of features for the money. You just kind of gotta put it around and take care of it. Should last, you know, just keep it out of the weather. I saw another side-by-side had a lot of rust built up around this door frame. If it sits out in the weather, this paint that they put on here is kind of cheap. So you can see there's a little rust right there starting, but it's nice. It's got some door handles there, and these doors are nice to have as well. But got a good sized little storage box right there. Like everything we were looking at was like at the motorsports dealerships or whatever. They're all like 15 to like 30 grand for something like this, and most of them don't even come with a roof or a window, you know, front windshield. So I mean, this thing's pretty cool for the money. You get a lot of options with it. But it's a cool little setup for us. And one thing too is that these tires are different sizes. The front is different than the back. So if you're trying to get a spare rim at Tractor Supply, they don't sell them. They just sell, I think they only had the rears in stock. So we got to still look for a front. So that kind of sucks, is that they're not the same tire. So if you did break down, I guess you could just throw it on to get back to wherever you need to go, but they're two different size tires. So but it's nice. Got a aluminum radiator. Got your brake fill there. The lights are pretty bright. You can see you got your blinkers right here. And you got your high and low beams on those LED lights there, which is cool. And you can get this street legal. When we went to go register it, they I guess it was an option to drive it on the road. It does 45, but we usually don't get it up that high. We did also, these shocks here have an adjustment, so we adjusted these shocks on the front and the rear, which was kind of a pain in the butt because I don't know if there's a special type of tool that it takes to so we adjusted those. Some channel locks, that's what we used. camera views. There's the front. So you do have to tap this. It goes from kilometers to miles. I got it set to miles, so there's only 42. And then your fuel gauge, temperature gauge, your battery volts, RPMs. And then shows your time. Your phone can connect to it as well, has Bluetooth. So I don't know how the music works, if there's speakers that are built in or if you had to wire them in. Maybe they're pre-wired somewhere. I guess your email or texting comes up as well when you sync your phone to it, but you have to have the SIM card, I believe, and pay for it monthly. And then it's got GPS that you do have to pay for as well as part of that SIM package, I believe. So it shows your oil, your lights, your engine light if it comes on. So it shows you when you're locked in or if you're in 2 or 4 oil. This, I can't figure out how to change to miles instead of kilometers. And then shows you your signals, your seatbelt, brake, light, all that. So at least you got both instruments there. That's cool. This didn't seem to be adjustable. I thought this was somehow adjustable, but it seems like it's pretty stationary. It's nice having a windshield. You got mirrors. This is cool. And it also has an area to put a mirror up here. You can buy them on Amazon, I saw. There's Sedona. Hi, Sedona. Well, I thought I'd show this. Put the battery maintainer on and charging up the battery, but this is the dongle that we disconnected from here. So we're not really sure if this is a loop or anything else, but it did shut off the backup alarm. So when you put it in reverse, an alarm comes on, which is like super annoying. So we just disconnected this, but we haven't noticed anything else coming up that's wrong. So I don't think this is a loop or anything else. So there's your GPS antenna, I guess, for the SIM card. And I think this is the radiator fill, overfill. Yeah, so it goes across to the radiator right there. There's your winch module. It's cool they give you some spares if you want to put like a LED bar or some other 12 volt components in here. I think that about wraps it up. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Take care. I wanted to show the fan parts we got for the installation we're going to do on the side-by-side. This is the fan that we purchased. It's a 12 volt, 12 watt fan. It's about 8 by 6 inches. And then this is the oil filters we purchased as well. And this is the switch we're going to install.